Okay, sounds awesome. All done recording? Awesome. Okay. Well, Nancy, I certainly appreciate you being here. So, Misty and I are excited to, share information, both of our passions, and this will be fun, relax. It's just informational. There's nothing to buy, nothing to sign up for. It's just sharing, information and stories. So sit back with your dog, relax, and listen. And Missy and I will just share some really good information with you. So to kick it off, would you agree that being healthy today can be challenging?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go.
Yes. Yes.
We all want to, look good, feel good, and live that long life. And we know it's our job to try to make this happen, but it can be complicated. It can be unpleasant, and it's confusing, especially there's just so much information out there. And that's where we come in. So I want to introduce you to what we know and love. It's called the Healthy Living Revolution. And Missy and I, along with thousands of people all over the place, are part of a unique community where we're taking our health back in ways that are simple, doable, and fun. And Nancy, I know that I've shared some information with you, but this will give you just a really great overview. So the goal of the Healthy Living Revolution is to come alongside families who want better health, meet them exactly where they are, and empower them, empower positive changes along the way. So we have three prongs or three doorways to inspire healthy living. And the first is free resources. The second is nutritional support. And the last is the organization that makes it possible. So I'm going to talk about the first couple, and then Missy is going to kind of follow up with the next one. So since she's been enjoying Juice Plus longer than me. So the first is free resources. So the team at the Healthy Living Revolution has created fantastic resources for families to use. Cookbook with clean and easy recipes, short webinars on health topics, a home fitness series, and our Start Strong program, which is designed to raise up a generation, which is very near and dear to me, to active, healthy children with a positive body image and good nutritional habits. So the website is healthylivingrevolution.com. It's spelled exactly the way that you think it is. So, and Nancy, I'll send that to you later. So, and then the second thing I want to talk to you about is nutritional support. So let's talk about the foundation of good health. We know that we have to flood our bodies with the most important food we could ever eat, which is raw fruits, vegetables, and berries. And they're not just good for you. It's not just a good idea. They're absolutely critical for your body to function exactly as it should. And we're supposed to eat 9 to 13 servings a day, but almost no one does. And and I had to think about it. Even over the last week, I've put a real emphasis on adding more fruits and vegetables. It is really hard to hit that number. On a daily basis or even on a weekly basis. So, even the best eaters need that nutritional support. And that nutritional support is what we call Juice Plus. So that's kind of where we're going to segue into, what Missy and I already know and love. And so let me tell you, I know, Nancy, that you've watched that video, but let me actually break down what Juice Plus actually is. It's over 30 different raw, vine-ripened whole foods. It's non-GMO, and it's NSF certified to be pure, which is very important to me. And we love to call it a salad in a capsule. I actually think that's the best way to put it. So let me go through the ones, go through these. So the first one we have is called the Garden Blend. And I know I have a little bit of glare, but I'll tell you what's in this one. A couple of things that are in it: broccoli, parsley, carrot, beet, cabbage, kale. So nothing weird. So that's the Orchard Blend. And then we have the Garden Blend. And the Garden Blend has apple, peach, cranberry, orange, papaya, pineapple, prune, just a whole bunch of really, really good stuff. And then we have the see it. This is the Vineyard Blend. The Vineyard Blend has, let's see, raspberry, bilberry. I'll be honest, I don't know what a bilberry is, but I know that it's really, really good stuff. I should say I did not know before Juice Plus what it was. Pomegranate, grape, blackcurrant, artichoke. So that's what's in the Vineyard Blend. To think about it for a second. So it's important also to understand the process that the fruits and vegetables go through to be encapsulated or put into chewable form. So we also have a chewable form, which my kids happen to love. They come in little bags like this. And it's the same thing. You know, adults can take them too. It's not just for kids. But my kids definitely love them. What I was getting ready to say is they go through, I was going to say the process they go through to be encapsulated, either to be put in capsules or to be put in chewable form. First of all, our fruits, vegetables, and berries are completely vine ripened. They remain attached to the plant until the nutrition is fully developed. The fruits and vegetables are then ground up, which is better than juicing if you're familiar with the process of juicing. We use the entire whole food, including peels, leaves, seeds, whenever possible, which provides a lot more nutrition. So, for example, in an orange, 80% of the vitamin C is found in the peels, and I don't know about y'all, but I don't really eat a whole lot of orange peels. So, no, it's not in my regular diet. Then it's slowly dried, which preserves the live nutrients, and then it's either put into the capsules or the chewables. So I want to share what I love about Juice Plus. First, it's scientifically proven. So Juice Plus is the most researched nutritional product in the world, with over 35 published studies in peer-reviewed medical journals. And Missy, if I'm right, we're actually up to 39 studies? Something close to that. So it's a lot, and it's just really, really solid research. So it's food, not a vitamin. So what I love about this is it literally has a nutritional label on the side. So it's not a vitamin label, and so it's the same label that you would see on a bag of frozen broccoli, say, for example, at the grocery store. So the government considers it food, not to supplement. So, and there's no warning label, so it's safe for all ages, pregnant, nursing. Actually, I nursed for 4 months eating Juice Plus. So, children, elderly, and even professional athletes can use it. So, the next thing I want to share is we have complete our. I got bags flying everywhere. Are complete. So the complete chocolate. Vanilla, same thing, has a nutritional label on it, but it's gluten-free, vegan, whole food protein that includes fiber, amino acids, fruits and vegetables, and it's in a shake form, so it's in a powdered form as well. I use it for breakfast, but it's great for breakfast, post-workout, or even just a healthy snack. And same thing, it's got a nutritional label as well. So, and then we also, I won't go into them in detail, but in addition to those things, we have an omega blend, which is a plant-based omega supplement, complete bars, which are awesome for on the go. And then the Tower Garden is a way to grow your own food at home or really anywhere. And those are excellent ways to add more whole food into your diet. So, and then segueing beyond that, we have a 4-month program with a 10-day jumpstart called the Shred 10, and that's the website for that is shred, the number 10.com. So shred10.com, and Nancy, I'll send you that later as well. But I do want to tell you about that. That is a program basically where we shred habits that are not serving us, and then we stay closely connected, for support and encouragement. And the whole point is to add whole food nutrition into your diet. So, but before I tell you about my experience with Shred, Nancy, I'll share a little bit about my story. Missy introduced Juice Plus, and I was the definition of a mom that was very tired and really struggled from 1 to 7 every day to just kind of get through the day. Lived on coffee, lived on sweets, anything to kind of give me that sugar intake that I felt like I needed to get through. And, with my background, I knew what to do. I had been adding in exercise. I had been adding healthy eating habits and be working on my rest. I know I have 2 small children, but I really felt like I was in the category of moms that were just surviving. And I have a real heart for young moms because they have a pretty heavy burden, at that really intense time. So after I started eating Juice Plus, what I found is that I found this whole amazing vat of energy that I didn't know could exist, and I went from being a mom that from 1 to 7 just struggled to get through. And I wasn't enjoying motherhood the way that I thought I would because I was really tired all the time. And I want to tell one quick story about I was laying on my daughter's bed, and this was actually the 2 days before my Juice Plus was supposed to get here. So I'd committed, I was going, and Ava said, "Mommy, play with me." Sam was asleep, and she was, of course, awake. And I said, "Mommy, Ava, I'm too tired to play." And in that split second, I wondered how many times in my daughter's young life I had said, "Mommy's too tired to play. Mommy's too tired to do that." And so this has been a real blessing for me. I have a ton of energy. I go to the bathroom regularly, which is amazing. And I feel it's actually elevated everything that I do. And I'm not ready to throw my children at my husband, the moment he walks in the door. So that's really my story. And then I put off the process of doing the shred. I thought, it's too hard. It's too hard. It's too hard. And I finally did it. And what I found with the shred is that it's 10 days of eliminating those habits, putting other good ones in. And what I found, it was the first couple of days were challenging, eliminating caffeine and, among other things. But what I found after 10 days is that my head was super, super clear. And what I realized is this is exactly how you should feel, without the need of caffeine. It's not that I don't love coffee now and enjoy it when I want to, but I realized that I don't have to have it. I ended up, not only did I have more energy, I had a ton more energy because I was feeding myself really, really well. And I found that with some planning and with good support, you can absolutely do it. And it's so worth the planning for those 10 days. And I've adopted a lot of the habits and I've just made them part of what I do. So that is our shred. Missy, is there anything that I left out?
Not really. I think you did a really great job describing getting rid of the habits that we have become accustomed to and just transformed ourselves into adopting habits that we actually should have. So that's really the idea of the Shred 10. And Juice Plus definitely helps us with that. Yes.
Okay. Well, Missy, do you want to share your story with Nancy?
Yes, I would love to share my story with Nancy. So, Nancy, I'm going to tell you, I was the kid that slept all the time. I was sick all the time. Always had some sort of sinus infection or upper respiratory infection, bronchitis, croup, something like that. I had stomach issues basically from the day I was born. I had been to many specialists. I had done many tests, and no one ever could figure out what was wrong with me. And I got to a point where I was just not ever going to go to another doctor and talk about it anymore because it just was something I was going to live with. I became an athlete, and that helped me a little bit. I was always tired anyway, so what did it matter if I ran up and down the field a little bit? Met my husband in college, and he basically had a similar childhood to me. He was sick a lot as a kid, had a lot of seasonal allergies, and we had the same philosophy on food of, we work out all the time, our genes still fit, so we're going to go ahead and eat what tastes good to us, and we'll worry about running it off tomorrow. As long as our genes still fit, we considered ourselves healthy. We were physically fit, but we were extremely nutritionally deprived. And when we had children, people told me babies sleep 20 to 24 hours a day when they're born. My child slept for about 20 minutes at a time, never slept a lot. So the already tiredness became even more sleep deprived. And I just felt like I was a constant zombie. And he was sick often. And I just thought that was normal because he was my child and he was my husband's child, and we were sick often. We had a second son, and he slept a little bit better, but he was sick often too. In fact, at 10 weeks, he had a nebulizer. We had all kinds of allergy meds that we were trying to, constantly give the boys. And there was constantly something that we were trying to get over or avoid, we had every bug there was, every virus there was, we'd pass it the whole way around the family. And we just got to a point where I was a hamster on a wheel in survival mode, and I kept thinking, there's got to be something better. There's got to be something I can do. A friend of mine was gracious enough to share Juice Plus with me, and the thing that really blew my mind was, I hope that you heard the ingredients that Allison read. That's exactly what's in Juice Plus. She asked me to go get those multivitamins I was giving my kids. She said, read the label, and I read that label, and I could not believe the amount of chemicals that were in there. I couldn't pronounce anything. And there was a warning label saying keep out of reach of children. And it was supposed to be for children. So I wanted to know a little bit more about Juice Plus. She educated me a little bit more, and my husband and I got started. We got to sponsor each of our children for free. We were ecstatic that they could eat 20 whole food fruits and vegetables every day. And in the first month, we saw some miraculous changes. Number one, my stomach, the digestive issues that I was having, they were basically a pendulum. I was on anywhere from constipation to diarrhea, back again. I never knew what day, what time, how I would be. I had never been regular in my entire life. I was pretty much nauseous all the time. I just had all kinds of stomach issues. They were pretty much gone within the first 2 to 3 weeks. And I was in shock. I could not believe that this simple fruit and vegetable blend would make a difference in my body. And the other thing that blew my mind was in that first month, my kids had that chronic clear runny nose and that random cough. Both of those things went away in that very first month. And I said to my husband, I was like, there is something to this. And he said, well, you guys keep eating it. And if I keep seeing these miraculous changes, I'll go ahead and start eating it. And I was like, just get started. I actually set an alarm and helped him remember to eat it every single day. And after about 6 months of him eating it every single day, he went back to the doctor for his normal checkup. He had been dealing with high cholesterol that was in the extremely high range, especially for his age. And his thyroid had basically stopped working. So that's why he was going to the doctor. It took him about, I would say about 6 or 8 months of eating Juice Plus consistently. And his numbers came back and they actually made me cry. He was in the normal range with his cholesterol for the first time in over 20 years. And the only thing we changed was Juice Plus. And it was just amazing that that's what it did. Also, his thyroid meds have come down the last 3 times. Our immune systems have been extremely high. My kids have only missed about a day of school the last 2 to 3 years on average. And if they do happen to get a cold or get something, it lasts like a day and a half. And my immune system has been extremely high. My seasonal allergies are gone. My energy level is crazy. I actually can get up in the morning at 5:45, start my day, and I feel like I have a whole day in by the time I actually put the boys on the bus. And they are just little energy bunnies. I mean, they go and go and go and never crash. And it is just an incredible resource for us. I mean, I would not go a day without eating it. That's how important it is to us. It's amazing. And so as a result of that, as I feel like we were given our lives back, we were given our health back, I feel like God has asked me to share this with as many people that will listen as possible. And so Allison was gracious enough to listen, and I did share with her and answer her questions. And you heard the story of her getting started, but I have basically created not just a mission, but a ministry of just sharing this with other people. And it has paid us back tenfold just to hear people say, thank you so much for giving me my life back. Thank you so much for giving me my health back. And it actually has been a financial blessing for us as well. And so I don't want to continue on with my story. I could talk all day long, but it has been a huge blessing. And I'm just so thankful, Nancy, that you got on today so we could just share this with you, because some people don't even realize they can feel better. They can feel as good as God intended them to feel. So, hey, pretty girl. So if it's okay, I'm going to talk a little bit more about our business community, and then I'm going to let Allison wrap this up. But our main mission of the Juice Plus Company is just to bring freedom through improved health. And it's important to know that about 80% of Juice Plus is used by happy customers who have no affiliation with the company. They are serving these customers as basically that's our job, is just to serve the customers who have partnered with Juice Plus as a business opportunity. So we get paid well to do a lot of good. So as you listen to our stories, perhaps you'll think of someone in your life who may need to hear what's possible. First, let me address 2 common questions about the Juice Plus company. Number 1, how does it work? Well, the business is open to anyone that's 18 years or older, and it's called a virtual franchise, and it's only $50 a year to own your own virtual franchise. Also, we have an online office and a personal website. We run our businesses from any device, anytime, anywhere. We earn residual income by simply sharing Juice Plus by word of mouth, and the company does the rest. They manufacture it, they deliver it, bill and collect from customers, and they pay us by direct deposit monthly. There is no inventory to keep, and the only Juice Plus we touch is our own. All commission levels are permanent, there's no quotas or minimums, and there's a freedom to choose your individual pace. There is no glass ceiling on income or territorial restrictions, and Juice Plus is in over 20 countries. So the second thing is, what's so great about the Juice Plus company? Well, it was formed nearly 50 years ago by President and founder Jay Martin, who is still at the helm today. We are privately held, debt-free, multi-billion-dollar company, and we have family benefits package at the top positions, including medical, dental, disability, life, long-term care, chiropractic, and prescriptions, along with college assistance, holiday bonuses, and monthly expense allowances. This business can produce short-term cash or long-term wealth building and retirement strategies. And by the way, not only does Juice Plus inspire healthy living, but healthy giving as well. We've impacted over 1 million families so far with free Juice Plus for children through the Children's Health Study. We're the title sponsor of the St. Jude's Memphis Marathon Weekend. We're highly involved in the Boys and Girls Club and the Volunteers of America. And if you want more information or more details, I will gladly share that with you after we're done with this. But I am going to go ahead and let Allison wrap this up. I already shared my business story with you, but Allison, I would love for you to tell us why you are sharing Juice Plus with others, and then you can wrap up the call for us.
Awesome. Thanks for all that, Missy. So when I learned about Juice Plus, I was not looking for a business. I actually prayed and worked very hard to get to the point where we could be home, where I could be home with the kids, and so I wasn't looking for anything. And when I first got into it, I thought, okay, this is, I'm going to get into the business, with the ability to cover my costs, and that'll be good. But then I realized it was so much bigger, and then I saw the impact on myself, my husband, and I saw the impact on my family, and I just realized it was just so much bigger than that. So, I have continued and will continue to do for many, many years, be a part of this mission for 3 really distinct reasons: to help, to save, and to give. So I have a real heart for moms, and I never thought it would be possible to have meaningful work. Excuse you. And be home with your kids. And I'm really grateful because Juice Plus has allowed me to have meaningful work and stay home with my kids, which one of them is right here. Can you open it up? Okay, one second. She says right here. So that's really part of what I'm really passionate about, is having moms know their full potential and allow them to do the things that they want to do. And the second thing is saving. I want to invest in our future, in my kids' education. I expect them to go to college, and I want to support that later. So I'm really thinking long term. And then the last reason is I love to give. Every year, Adam and I sit down and we plan our giving for the year, and it's small. But I love to support people, friends, organizations that do great things in the community, and I would love to be able to do more than that. I get great pleasure with saying, here, you're doing amazing things, do more of it. And so it's really been a lot of my motivation for this. So I'll wrap it up at this point. Thanks for listening. And Ava, do you want to say hello?
Hi, Ava.
So, So at this point, we're, Missy and I are looking to network with, two types of people. People who are ready to take the next step in their health, whether it's to just check out the free resources to make life easier by adding Juice Plus. And it costs around $2 to $3 a day, and kids can get it for free. And it's a simple, most convenient and portable way to get massive amounts of nutrition into your family. So. And then the other person, Nancy, that we're always looking for is someone who wants to earn a stable residual income in order to expand their options while making a difference. And the Freedom Evolution gives parents the chance of and I know, Nancy, that you're not at this point anymore since your kids are grown, but it gives them the financial peace of mind to choose mom or dad care instead of daycare. Hardworking professionals get to choose to build their own dreams instead of someone else's. College kids can build a side gig to help pay for school without having to get a job. Thank you. Empty nesters can increase their retirement. So that there's enough to enjoy life and give the future generations. And this is all within a simple system, a fun community that we like to call Juice Plus. So at this point, Nancy, do you have any questions for us?
Besides the three, like the orchard, the garden, and the three types of capsules that you said you had, and then the shakes, what other kinds of products are there, or is that the entire line?
Okay, so we let's see, we've got the three blends: the garden, the orchard, and the vineyard blends. And those are nice because they're going to cover you from head to toe. And then we have the I'm totally drawing like Omega Blend, and the Omega Blend is plant-based omegas. And then let's see, the shakes, the vanilla and the chocolate, the bars, which are kind of your on the go. Missy, what am I missing?
That's really it. That's all we do have. Nancy, we have it very simple. And like Allison said, it does cover you from head to toe because when you eat that trio blend, the three that she was talking about, it does touch every single cell in your body, and it starts to heal you from the inside out. So is there anything specific that you were looking for?
No, I had never heard of Juice Plus until Allison mentioned it to me the day we were talking at Bible study, and she was sharing what her business was. And I had never heard of it. So I found it really interesting just to watch the videos and learn more. Glad I could tune in today. So Trio Blend, you just have one of each every day?
It's actually 2 of each blend every day. That's considered an adult dose. If you want to start slower, you can. But I always recommend, if you're a chewable person, you get the chewables. If you want the capsules, get the capsules. But eat what makes you feel amazing. I eat the full adult dose. Sometimes I actually double up if I feel like I'm going to get a cold or if I have a scratch in my throat or something like that. But it is, it's such an amazing addition to everyone's health. It's just amazing.
And it's not like you don't have any, it's not like a weight loss program. It's nutrition enhancement, right?
Exactly. So I know I have lost weight with it, but not because of any kind of dieting. It's not a weight loss supplement. It's just because it changed my taste buds and I no longer eat all the junk food that I used to eat. And so that, of course, is going to make you lose weight when you're not eating cakes and pies and cookies and all those desserts and breads and everything that you used to eat.
And are there any side effects at all that people ever have from taking the capsules?
Normally, most people will see maybe at the most about a 2-week detox period where they might see some digestive things like bloating or gas or just something, your normal digestive type things.
Sure.
Or if you're someone that gets canker sores or fever blisters, you might get those for a couple days. And then after that, you probably will never get them again because that's whatever your weak spot is, it kind of comes out, the junk is coming out of your weak spot. And then once you detox, then you're good to go and you're healing.
Mhm.
Well, so
And
do
I
you
did.
guys do just the trio blend, or do you do the shakes too, or?
I'll jump in here. I started. I went several months with just doing the trio blend, and then I added the shakes as well. And it went from great to better. So from adding one to the next. So and then about the time that I added the shakes, I also added the omega blend.
Oh,
Yes, and I do all of them. I do the trio, the shakes, and the omega. And I have to say, I feel better now than I've ever felt in my entire life. It's just been a huge blessing. And that's the reason why I do share. And that's exactly why Allison was like, well, I want to share with others too, because this is, I mean, who doesn't want to feel amazing?
how do you guys get the word out? Like, because like I say, I had never even heard of it before. So, like in the Quad Cities, Allison, is it fairly new?
That's an excellent question. So it's it's all based on word of mouth.
Okay.
So we have the ability to share, with friends and family, anyone we meet. In terms of it being new to the Quad Cities, I don't know. I had actually, until Missy shared it with me, and Missy, I grew up in Virginia. Missy still lives in Virginia. Love to be a little bit closer to you, but yeah, but it's I had not heard of it, Nancy, either, until Missy introduced it to me.
And Nancy, I will tell you, it takes a brave person to put themselves on the line and share something with it like this with others, because there are so many things out there that people are just trying to get rich quick, and we don't ever want anyone to think that's what we're doing. So that's why sometimes people haven't heard of it, because someone wasn't brave enough to say, I care about you enough to share that you can actually feel better.
Yeah. Well, I've lived here since 1982 and I've never heard of it. And so I just was really, I didn't know if it was a new product but it sounds like it's been here over 20 years.
Yes, we've been sharing Juice Plus the way it is right now has been a company for about 26 years. So yeah, they've been sharing for quite a while. Yes.
That's really interesting. Well, I mean, I'm always open to trying something new with good nutrition. So, I mean, I would not mind trying the trio blend just to, give it a try and see if I can. I mean, I've tried other things and some work and some don't, I mean, it's hard to know without trying. So how many doses are in each bottle?
So the way that it works is when you order,